Welcome to this e-learning module designed to give learners the resources needed to improve their academic performance. This module was created for nursing students by the School of Nursing and Health Sciences at Robert Morris University. This project was funded by the PRIMES grant from the Health Resources Services Administration Division of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, I am Jessica Kamer, Director of Online Nursing Programs at Robert Morris University. Welcome to the presentation on steps to improving your study skills. Studying for college is a lot different than studying for high school. We're here to give you some ideas, some formats, and some suggestions that may help you improve your study skills to be successful in college. One of my favorite quotes by Henry Ford is, "Whatever you think you can or can't do, you're right." We want you to think you can. You're going to be successful. The three components for being successful in college are having good study techniques, reading for a purpose, and using good test-taking strategies. Before we talk about studying, I urge you to attend classes. Going to class is the best beginning to being successful. If you miss class or a portion of class, then you may be unable to understand concepts when you're studying them, and you will miss what the teacher is emphasizing. How do we best review and how do we best study for content, especially in nursing, since nursing is an applied science? Previously, in high school, you may have had to recall information on your exams. A question might ask, how many chambers does the heart have? You would fill in 4 as the correct answer. But nursing questions are asked on a higher level of thinking. You will apply what you have learned to nursing cases or scenarios instead. Instead of asking you the number of chambers in the heart, a nursing test question will ask you the first thing to do when you're presented with a patient who has had a myocardial infarction, an application question. Our goal here is to help you enhance your concentration, to increase retention when you're studying, and to increase performance on exams. It is important to develop a positive mental attitude, and I call this maintaining a locus of control. If you lose control when studying, reading, and taking tests, you'll end up feeling defeated, and we don't want that to happen. Positive self-talk is one way to maintain your locus of control. Tell yourself, I was successful in high school, I'll be successful in college. Focus on your goal of becoming a nurse. Another way to maintain a locus of control is to allow yourself structured time for studying. Cramming before an exam or waiting last minute to complete an assignment will lead to feelings of anxiety and stress. Study the material for 1 to 3 hours with 10-minute breaks every 50 minutes. If you become anxious while studying, get up and take a short walk. Take a couple of deep breaths, put your head down, and then start again. Try not to use anxiety as a reason to procrastinate. Stressful situations outside of schoolwork can influence your studies also. If you're having a tough time with a relationship or struggling at work, resolve that before you go in and take a test whenever possible. Such outside worries will impede your ability to study and perform well on the test. You may also want to see if your school has other resources to help you as well, student mentoring or tutoring, and counseling services. Students may feel frustrated and blame somebody else or themselves. Rather than blaming others, fate, or yourself, think positively. Learn from the situation and adapt your plan to be successful. Plan to improve your study skills and time management habits, for example. Nursing is a very difficult major because of the high demands and academic rigor placed on students. Having some general study techniques to help you succeed is very important. First, establish a routine study time. For example, you can study one subject on Tuesday from 2 to 4 o'clock and another on Wednesday from 2 to 4 o'clock. You must be the one who establishes a study schedule that fits into your life routine. If it doesn't fit into your life, then you will struggle with studying. When studying, don't immerse yourself in one subject matter at one time. it is suggested for students to study one particular subject, then move on to the next in the same study session. Researchers found that quality studying is better than quantity. The quality of short periods of time studying different subjects is more beneficial to retention of information than sticking with one subject. Second, make studying part of your everyday routine. You may not be able to sit down and study 2 hours every day, but you can review flashcards while waiting for friends in the cafeteria or quickly review your study notes after class. Many instructors will give you algorithms, pictures, or flowcharts. Take a picture of these visual aids with your phone and review them when you have a short amount of time. Learning requires consistency, repetition, and practice. Go over it again. We want you to review the content over and over. Teaching others is a good way to study. For example, explain congestive heart failure to your family or roommate. The more you can talk about what you are learning, the more you'll feel good about yourself and improve your own understanding. You may also wish to utilize your smartphone when studying. Tape yourself asking and answering questions. Are there any places where you hesitate before you answer? When you hear a long pause, it may indicate that you need to study that material more. You may not know it well enough. Group study is another way to cover material and remember it. Study groups should have between 3 to 5 members. Anything greater than 5 is a party. The group should be heterogeneous, meaning that you know the group is good at a variety of things. You might have somebody, for example, who knows cardiac, somebody who knows pulmonary, and somebody who knows renal. When you come together in a group, you can help each other pull the material together. If you find the group distracting rather than helpful, you may wish to join a different group. Study guides that you create yourself can be helpful with one caveat. No time preparing to study should equal your time studying. For example, if it takes you longer to create and complete the study guide than it would be to study the material, you may want to simplify your study guide. Believe it or not, test taking can also become a learning tool. As you take a test, you are remembering information and applying it. Testing during the semester will help you with the finals. Each individual test will reveal what the professor finds important. Remember, when you go back to study, these were questions that were emphasized on the test. Review these questions for the final examination. Making a note after an exam of key points on the test will help you to prepare for final exams. Finally, use the resources the university has to offer you. Your teachers are the first resource. Make appointments with your teachers and ask them to go over something you don't understand. Peer and professional tutors may be available to all nursing students through the department or the university. Utilize the professional or peer tutors. Being successful in college is easy if you follow the strategies set forth above. Keep positive. Set measurable goals and objectives for studying by developing a study plan. Practice study strategies such as using flashcards, teaching another person the material, using your smartphone as a study aid, joining a study group, and creating and using a simple study guide. Most of all, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it.